Hello, I'm Mi-jun from the University of California. On Sundays, it seems like there are people who watch Mi-jun's videos and are inspired by them. I think I can also share a video on Sunday so that more people can benefit from it. Last Friday on the broadcast, I gave a shout out to all the viewers of Mi-jun YouTube. While I was checking the Mi-jun on paid membership, I noticed that a new piece of content was recently added. It's a series called Mi-jun on Podcast. But honestly, since I just started this Mi-jun on Podcast, I haven't received much feedback yet. So I asked those of you who have already listened to the Mi-jun on Podcast to leave your honest and constructive feedback. And for those who haven't listened yet, I asked you to check out the Mi-jun on Podcast and share your genuine thoughts. So, based on your support from now on, every Sunday, I'll be delivering the most important issues happening in the market or providing detailed analysis on topics that American stock investors are most interested in. I'm planning to deliver it in a new format called the Mi-jun on Podcast, using this storytelling style. Today is the very first episode. Tesla, together with NVIDIA, has prepared a story about the car models that are getting the most attention in the market right now, focusing on those related to full electric vehicles. I think many of you watching this broadcast are also investing in Palantir stock. Isn't Palantir one of the most difficult stocks for investors? The main challenge is comprehending the company's business model, operations, and technology. It's difficult to fully understand these aspects. Especially Palantir is known for its unique and exclusive technology. I've seen several attempts to explain this on American broadcasts, and they try to make it easy to understand. But it's still a very abstract and complex concept to explain in just a few words. Today, I'll explain it in a roughly 10-minute podcast. So today, I'll try to explain in a simple and fun way, through about a 10-minute podcast, what kind of technology powers the quantum computer industry, how quantum computers use these technologies to grow, and how they are being utilized. Are a lot of you watching this broadcast, or is this your first time listening to a podcast? Are there any of you who want to get closer to various stories about the United States stock market through the Mi-jun podcast, or who are interested in this kind of content? It would be great if you could consider joining the Mi-jun membership. Everyone, please join the Mi-jun membership. Through the Mi-jun podcast, you can directly listen to the latest issues in the United States stock market, as well as in-depth analysis and easy-to-understand explanations about major topics in at least 3 to 5 episodes per week. Now let's start right away with the brand new daily Mi-jun podcast series as the first segment.
Hello, Mi-jun family. Today, we'll discuss a very interesting industry, Palantir. In the meantime, I'll explain the concept of core and non-core business in a simple and clear way. Data is overflowing, but what's really important is how you use it. Especially in the age of artificial intelligence, this is becoming even more crucial. Yes.
That's right. So,
Oncology is a crucial field that studies cancer. In this video, I will explain what it is and why it is so important.
today I'll explain several materials to you. The engineering team also had vivid experiences writing the Foundry directly in Python.
And not only that.
Yes. And then I watched a video explaining the concept of ontology itself, and also collected various analytical materials that explain what this means philosophically and scientifically.
That's good. This ontology, which you can keep coming back to and reviewing, will help many of you understand and organize your thoughts today. And this is to clearly convey what this data is used for and what the meaning of each part of the business analysis is. Okay, then let's get started right away.
Yes, that's good. Just hearing the name ontology makes it sound a bit complicated. Yes.
It's similar to academic terminology.
But actually, it's simpler than you think. It's not just about collecting data. It's about defining and systematizing the relationships between those data and the meanings they carry in advance.
I'm referring to the significance of relationships, not just amassing things.
Yes, that's right. A digital map that organizes all the knowledge and tasks of the organization so you can see them at a glance. If you think about it that way, you'll understand easily.
A digital map, that's what it is. So, instead of just putting the related logos on the map, we explain that this logo is here, that logo is there, and they're connected like this. So that's why it looks like this. Does that make sense? It's like the picture on a puzzle box.
Yes, that's correct. That's exactly why. If the traditional way was to put data into a table, like putting examples into a box, was it a flat and uniform way?
Yes, that's right, yes.
Ontologies represent real-world data more intuitively by connecting them as a network. For example, things like airplanes, airlines, and cars are represented as objects.
Object, yes.
The customer buying a product or a car, following a specific route, such relationships or actions are connected through links.
Aha, that's right. It seems like it's getting closer to the real world. By the way, is there a particular reason why it's better to organize data in this connected, structural way? When you have multiple well-organized Excel files, it's inherently challenging to link various data points.
That's exactly where the ontology comes in. It integrates the data and makes communication much smoother.
Integration and communication, yes.
In most industries, various file formats like Excel, Word, and PowerPoint are used, resulting in data being scattered across separate systems.
Yes, that's right. It's really frustrating too.
On topology, all of this is connected together in one platform, just like a foundation. It creates a database environment where the entire organization can access and use all the data in one place, allowing everyone to see and understand the same information.
Oh, so that's why the term engineer came about. In the past, getting a specific part or material required calling various companies and sending emails, which was a real hassle.
Yes, that's right.
You can now check global inventory status in just a few clicks, revolutionizing our work process.
Right. The time it takes to find the necessary information has drastically decreased, so our efficiency has improved a lot, and our decision-making speed has become incredibly fast. Yes.
That's right.
If you use the same tool, you can easily filter out only the information you want from the vast amount of data and analyze it deeply. Even if more data keeps getting added, or even if the data itself is not organized, can we think of it like a messy and cluttered pivot table?
Oh, even if the data keeps growing, it's still a solid pivot table. So,
It's like creating a flexible, updatable daily production report, dashboard, or monitor.
So whether you're a data scientist, an engineer, or someone from the operations department, since you're all working with the same data structure, it's easier to communicate and make sure you're on the same page. This way, you can save time and collaborate much more efficiently.
That's right. By working toward a common goal, things become much more efficient.
This is really great. I could even use it to organize my computer files.
I'd like to completely.
But there's a downside.
Yes, I can explain it personally as well. Also, this is a very important reason for artificial intelligence in this era.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes, honestly, there are a lot of language models that artificial intelligence needs to understand. This kind of ontology is basically the true meaning of the data, and it serves as a kind of guideline that helps you interpret and understand the context of the data correctly.
It's a guideline. Yes, it guides you along the way.
You need to understand how the data is connected to each other, its structure, and its meaning. Artificial intelligence makes awkward and unnatural sounds, so that's why it's called an artificial phenomenon.
Yes, it talks nonsense.
Yes, but it's not just that. It can also provide accurate predictions or judgments. It's very difficult for artificial intelligence without ontology to fully understand the true meaning of data.
That's right. It's the core foundation that allows artificial intelligence to work properly and accurately. Artificial intelligence can improve manufacturing efficiency by 20%, detect financial fraud, and accurately diagnose health conditions, showcasing its diverse applications across industries. Yes.
That's right, but
But did you also do data analysis, or were you just a data doctor? Is it because this ontology is not just about organizing data simply, but also has a deeper philosophical meaning? And what else is there? I'm really curious.
the analysis has a very deep philosophical foundation. The term ontology originates from the concept found in the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle's system.
That's right, that's how it happened.
Yes, originally, ontology was a philosophical term used to explore the nature of existence, but in the 1990s, a scholar named Tom Gruber applied it to computer science, and that's how it evolved into the meaning we know today.
And the essence of existence, yes.
Computers are the concepts of the real world. For example, a person has attributes like name, gender, and occupation, and a model is a knowledge graph that helps computers understand these things. The foundation of this knowledge graph is ontology. A well-made knowledge graph is very important for the accuracy of artificial intelligence's questions and answers.
Listening to it, it does sound like that. When we try to explain who we are, we usually define ourselves by our name, age, job, and things like that. But is that really the essence of that person? Just because you haven't heard their name doesn't mean they're not that person. Even if you don't have a heart or a liver, you can still live with something like an artificial organ right away.
That's right. The fact that we judge things with our eyes and define them by their properties doesn't necessarily mean we're seeing their true essence.
It might not be the essence, yes.
If you look at our bodies at the atomic level, most of it is just empty space.
That's right, it was just empty space. In reality,
But we perceive things as solid objects. That's just an image our brains interpret based on reflected light, and it can be different from the actual reality. So through this ontology, we propose a slightly different way of approaching what we see, a different
way.
Yes, it's an attempt to break away from directly dealing with the object and the fundamental problems that create it, and to interpret the essence from a state that is already resolving those problems.
That's right. Isn't it more accurate to say that the heart is not just a physical organ, but rather a state in which you can't turn your attention away from a certain problem, and that this state is closer to the essence of what we call the heart? And if you think about it, even without a heart, as long as something else creates that state, life can be sustained. That's right.
That's exactly right. If this is applied to the industry, the biggest problem is that not only objects or people visible to the eye, but also the industry itself can be manipulated. For example, it's like a disease symptom in a living organism.
A bottleneck, yes.
So, if those problems and issues are resolved, it means you can operate in a state where you can work smoothly. The weakest link determines the overall performance of the system, and this is called the law of the minimum. Digital twins and similar technologies aim to identify and manage bottleneck issues directly.
This is why it's important to have a sharp perspective on the essence of the problem. So artificial intelligence shouldn't just read simple data patterns, but it should also understand these fundamental problems and their solutions to truly help us, right?
Yes, that's right. It's crucial to thoroughly understand the true meaning, context, and underlying support, not just handle superficial information.
As mentioned earlier, the environment must also be considered. Because ontology provides a clear framework, it helps us stay organized.
Yes, that's right. Artificial intelligence is a system that makes judgments based on verified facts and defined relationships, which is an important framework.
Ultimately, ontology is just a technical term. Yes?
That's right. It's a structural approach that connects data organically to increase efficiency and promote collaboration. Furthermore, it can be seen as an important concept that allows artificial intelligence to more accurately identify the essence of the real world, the core issues, and their solutions, and to provide the necessary insights to address them. And
today was a very meaningful story. Structuring data and analyzing relationships is vital for various industries, including finance, beauty, and fashion. It organizes knowledge and helps understand complex problems, making it a creative tool with broad applications. Yes.
that's right. Today, we talked about how ontology tries to define problems and their solutions in a structured way. Lastly, I'd like to revisit this question one more time.
What kind of question is this? Everyone?
You, or rather everyone here, when you look at yourself from the outside, as if you're seeing your name or job, or in a more superficial way, can you define yourself in a state where you step away from those superficial standards and solve those fundamental questions? If you think about it a little more deeply, you might be able to gain a more meaningful insight.
And that was just a simple question I wanted to ask. Thank you for your thoughtful and insightful interpretation of ontology today. Your passionate panel discussion likely moved many viewers deeply. I will return next time with an even more interesting topic. Thank you.